words of wisdom for the kids out there?
Drink plenty of fluids on a hot day and get high in the music, not the drugs.
Welcome back, winners and losers. Another episode of Take the Points. I'm your host, Fat Sam. And with me here, as always, it's the world-famous T-Bone.
Present.
And our enforcer and legal counsel, Joey Guns. So without further ado, let's get right into NFL Week 11 hot action.
I can't believe it's Week 11.
Week 11. We've only got, 6 weeks left, and then we're into the playoffs.
Crazy.
Man, this is going to be a good week. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling really, really good about this week. There's some wackadoodle lines out there, but we're going to make our most, our best to be able to slug through some of this and give you guys some good information out there. Hope you're enjoying our content.
Pick some winners.
Pick some winners. Get you some good fortune and hopefully some good advice so you can make educated wagers this week. As always, if you like what you hear and you'd like to support us, feel free to send us a donation at PayPal. It's in the information below, or become a patron. Patreon information is also below. For a very, 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 very small donation, you can get all of our picks and not just the couple that we talk about here.
And like and subscribe.
Indeed.
And ring the bell.
So without further ado, let's get right into Week 11. So I'm going to start this week. I'm going to give you my lock pick of the week.
What is your lock pick this week?
Well,
I want to hear this.
I know you laughed at me earlier, but I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles plus 3.5.
Okay, I just have to ask why.
I don't know.
Good answer.
That's the best I can give you. Listen.
After how they looked last week, I just convinced me.
So okay, a lot of it has to do with the fact that I hate Cleveland.
This is true.
A lot of it has to do with the fact that I hate Cleveland so much that I had to tease them down to minus 2.5 last week.
Which was smart.
Which covered. But, I mean,
smart.
10-7 game against the Houston Texans. I mean, come on.
So you should have a little love for Cleveland.
No, I don't have any love for Cleveland. I think Philadelphia got embarrassed by the Giants, even though I love the Giants, but they're on a bye this week. I love the way the Giants have been playing recently. I think Philly has got a lot of winners on that team. And I think Cleveland has got a lot of losers on that team. So, records be damned. Philly's in the NFC East. They still got a chance. They're playing for something. Cleveland really has no chance. And I'm sorry.
Here, I'll tell you, though, what concerns me about
yes.
this game. Because I do understand, you think Philly should bounce back and play well, and that does make sense. But what worries me is that the Giants killed Philly with a running game. Gallman scored 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
And we know if there's one thing Cleveland can do, it's run the ball with Chubb and Hunt. Mm-hmm. And so those two, that's what worries me about this game.
Well, I think the other key to that game was Daniel Jones threw no picks, no turnovers,
yep.
And he played. And Baker Mayfield doesn't get that level of confidence from me.
That's true.
So,
and this is at Cleveland.
It's at
right?
Cleveland.
Okay.
And this is 3.5. So if it was anything less, if it was a straight 3 or 2.5, I don't know if I'd like it as much. But Philly on the road, getting 3.5 points. I like it. It's my lock pick. I think they find a way to win this week. This is the kind of game that Cleveland loses, in my opinion. I know Philly's beat up, and I know Chubb is back, but that's what I'm going with. I'm going with Philly plus 3.5, and I feel very confident about that. So, moving on, let's go with what you deem your lock pick of the week, which is a team that I've been on for a while now, and you're finally coming over to the bandwagon.
I do feel like that because I know early in the season I really hated this team, and that would be Miami. I could not stand to even think of them playing. I thought their defense was horrible. Their offense was just kind of all over the place. But if anything, I think they're 6-3 right now. I think they've won 3 or 4 straight with Tua.
They're playing good ball.
So, I'm pleasantly surprised. Do I want to buy into them? I still have a hard time doing that. But for this week, playing a Denver team that I don't even know if Drew Lock's going to play at this point. Denver has
depleted.
Yeah, they're just hurt all over. Noah Fant, I think, is also out. He was probably one of their best weapons.
I think Judy's questionable.
Judy, yeah. So when you factor all that in, I do worry that it's at Denver and, of course, Mile High and Miami playing in cold weather. That could be suspect. But they kind of, what's the word you always
Could
use?
snow
Moxie.
there this weekend.
They always have moxie,
No, I like them. They're a well-coached,
yeah. So 2.5, only giving up 2.5 away. I'll take that bet. I think that's going to be good. And if Tua, consistently runs with the ball, keeps them on their toes, I think that Denver defense is going to struggle with them. And they have some momentum going. So let's give it to Miami. They earned it. They're typically the one team that we're picking on all the time, but they've convinced me.
As a counter, I love Miami. They've been my lock pick before this year. I think they're playing great, but I'm going to throw this out there. I believe.
What's the but?
When this opened at Denver plus 2.5, okay, and that's what you took, Miami minus 2.5, and then the line is now Miami. What did it go to?
2.5, 3.
I don't know. There's something fishy about this game.
Oh, because it started out as a pick.
Oh, that was what it was. I'm
Right,
sorry.
right.
I'm sorry. I had it wrong. It started off as a pick, and now it's gone to 2.5. 3.5.
3.5 right now, current.
Right. So
When we got it, it was
that
2.5.
tells me that a lot of money has been thrown on Miami, and something smells rotten about this game. That's the only reason I'm off of it. Really, if I had to pick, I'm taking Denver, which we talked about in pre-production. I'm taking Denver as a home dog plus 2.5. But I love Miami. I can completely agree with your rationale as to why you like them. It just scares me because everybody else likes them as well.
It scares me to bet for Miami.
But
I'm going to do it.
So the contrarian in me is saying that's scary. It wouldn't shock me if Denver won this game, or at least covered. But moving on, Joey Guns has got a surefire parlay pick of the week, and he guarantees that he's not going to take Baltimore and New England. Or no, it wasn't New England. Tampa Bay again.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Baltimore and Tampa, he took 2 weeks in a
2
row.
2 weeks in a row.
He's getting creative this week.
Yeah, this week I'm taking another team from Florida.
Uh-oh.
We just discussed. I'm going to take Miami because I like the reasoning.
You like Miami?
I also have bet against Miami in my parlay pick of the week when I took Arizona a few weeks back. Miami went in there and handled business pretty
On the road, yep.
Yeah, and that hurt.
Against a very productive
that was
Arizona
Tua's
team.
first full game.
Right, yep.
I was like, new quarterback, trial in Arizona,
And he had looked just mediocre the week before.
Yeah, and so
I get that.
Miami's shown me as much as they've shown you that they can go on the road
Yep.
and win games convincingly. So I'm going to take Miami, and I'm going to parlay that with Kansas City. I'm taking Kansas City this week. And not just because of the bus incident that happened.
This is Kansas City against Las Vegas Raiders.
The Raiders, who beat Kansas City at home,
Right.
then drove the buses around in the parking lot a few
Yep.
times to celebrate.
Embarrassed them.
Yeah, and so here we are. Gruden has been boisterous about it, and I think
it's a revenge
Reid is
game?
ready to go in there and show them that they're the team that they were before,
Right.
and they're not overlooking the
I think that's
the
their only
Raiders.
loss, too, isn't it? I think that's Kansas City's only loss.
Maybe.
No. Yes, maybe it is. Yeah,
I think they are,
I
yeah.
think you're right.
So, and I think Kansas City is a much better team.
They got a lot more weapons.
Yeah, so I think they're going to go in and take care of business pretty easily there in Vegas. And I know I say Vegas always wins, but this is an exception.
Now, are you going for both these bets? Are you going money line, or are you taking the points?
I'm taking the points.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I will take the points.
Only thing that scares me about that, Joey, is that if sometimes if you follow T-Bone's advice, either you end up with a suitcase of money, or you could end up in a back alley somewhere doing something you don't want to do. Is
Go
all
big
I'm
or
gonna
go
say.
home.
Yeah.
Sometimes you go big when you go home.
But anyways, there you go. There's Joey's
Take that to the bank.
There you
parlay
go.
pick of the week.
I like it. I think it's a good pick.
We got an interesting celebrity pick this week.
Oh, yeah. Who is it
T-Bone,
this week?
you got the email from your very good friend and his hunting partner.
I did. We were talking about shooting some deer first, and then we kind of made our way over to talking about football.
So go ahead and tell us what you got, the inside information you got this week, T-Bone.
The inside information is that the man, the myth, the legend himself, cat scratch fever, what else? What other
Terrible
songs?
Ted? The Motor City Madman?
Terrible Ted Nugent, yep. We were talking about hunting, and then we talked about some football, and he, of course, being a big Detroit Lions fan, he decided to say this is going to be the week for him. And then while we were talking with him, guess who else showed up? Kid Rock.
Kid
Rock.
Bow diddy bow to bang bang to bitty bitty.
He jumped in on the conversation as well when he heard us talking about Detroit, and he agreed. So both of them, Ted and Kid, are both on Detroit's bandwagon this week. So if you want to go ahead and win some big money, go for that.
All I'm going to say is Kid has showed bad judgment in the past.
He married Pamela Anderson.
I'm going to say that Kid showed bad judgment in the past. I'm not going to name any names outside of that. God bless him. But, you know, I like Ted. He scares me, but I like him.
He likes his guns, too.
But yeah, you and him, you know, I know you got that connection.
That's
so
it.
If he's telling you Detroit plus 2.5,
Yep.
take that to the bank.
Yep. He said Matthew Stafford's going to have the game of his career.
Oh, my goodness.
Yep.
Ted's going to have to autograph some records or something if he's wrong on this. But anyways, so once again, winners and losers. If you like what you hear, if you do well this week and want to send us some love, we got the PayPal link below. Or become a patron, join Patreon, give us a little donation, and we'll give you all of our picks. You want to know about Pittsburgh, Jacksonville?
All the good picks.
We'll let you know.
Yeah.
You want to know about Green Bay, Indianapolis? We'll let you know. You want to know about Atlanta, New Orleans? We will let you know.
Like, subscribe, ring the bell.
Be cool. All right? So, on that note, best of luck for a great Week 11. Good luck and good fortune.
Let's get after it.
We'll see you next time.
Take care.